oriented people towards believing in America and its opportunity, its equality of opportunity. Really, is what it's always been about. Really, it's taken us a long time to get past a lot of really bad things, but we are past them. Except for some people appear to want us to go backwards, to resegregate, to separate the races again, to make the worst part is to make judgments about somebody based on the color of their skin. So we've gone from slavery, 600,000 Americans plus dying to end it, to Jim Crow law, which was devastating to it. American blacks were freed of slavery, which we just celebrated on Juneteenth, but they weren't independent like they should be, like all Americans should be, until the 1960s or 70s is when, from a legal perspective, that independence was finally pushed through due to the civil rights movement led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But some people want us to do the opposite of what Dr. King said. Dr. King said in his I Have a Dream speech, I believe it was, and I'm paraphrasing now, that he wanted his children to inherit an America where people judge them based on their character, not the color of their skin. And that's what I believe. I was ecstatic when we made his day, his birthday, a national holiday. And I've always supported a Juneteenth national holiday. I think we should call it the National Freedom Day instead of Independence Day, so as not to confuse it. But be that as it may, there are a lot of people on the other side that are actively saying and actually teaching our children in public schools at this point that everything is based on the color of your skin. And now we've turned the wheel, and now it's white people are bad. White people are automatically bad because, and white supremacists and racists because they're born that way. What do you say to those folks, Dr. Montague?
Well, I'll start with this. It was a couple of days ago, it was a group of us that actually went out to eat. And while we're sitting there, our waitress, we had made a comment about Ron DeSantis, our great governor here in Florida. And she made like a face. She was so like not with Governor DeSantis. So what I told the group was let's pull away from the Governor DeSantis side. Let's pull away from the Republican side. Let's not mention anything. Let's start talking policy. So we started just throwing out little policy things. We started throwing out things that, how do you feel about school? How do you feel, about guns? And we started just going that route. And everything that we were putting out there that was actually Republican platform, your basis, is she agreed with it. So then we turned it back around and said, this is what Governor DeSantis stands on. And by the way, we are Republicans, and majority of us were black. So we're Republicans. And she was just like shocked. She was like, well, I'm going to vote for him. I want the help. So it goes back to this. It's like what the media portrays and what is being put out there by the Democrats is all about putting a mirror in front of them, and the mirror is really not them seeing themselves. Is really already an image placed in there for them to believe that is how you have to look. You have to look. This is what you have to go by. You are being targeted. You are being chased down. You are a victim, and you're not the one that is the victor. So really, to me, when you look at the school system and this whole critical race theory stuff that's going on, where it's because I'm black that I'm somehow now am at a disadvantage, and my oppressors, who are those who are not a minority, they're my oppressors, and they should learn how to not be so oppressive. I don't know what America that we have come to with this agenda that's coming down, but it's not the America, as you mentioned, that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Made sure to mention over and over again, that it is not about the color of one's skin. It is about the content of the character. And this shows the character of those who are pushing it. Anytime you can push to divide a sect of people from uniting, whether you're black or white or Asian or whatever it is that you are, And if you can have a group of individuals, a whole party that is trying to push the initiative for us to be separated because we are the oppressed, because we're minorities, that speaks of their character. And that should actually be something where it pings to somebody's mind and say, wait a minute, why are we divided? Why are we coming against each other? How am I oppressed? I'm able to go to work just like they are. I'm able to go to the mall. I'm able to go out to eat. I'm not coming in the back door. I'm able to go through the front door. So this is where we have to look at it. Are we really going to allow them to separate us? Are we going to stand up and say that we are the people that are going to look at your character and not the color of your skin?